The thoughts, views, and opinions are that of my own. I'm not a salesman. I cannot be bought. This is all entertainment. Let's go.
The cipher. It's the new cipher.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Welcome everybody who is here today. If it's your first time visit, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out. Today's video is going to be about my 10 most complimented Boadicea fragrances within my collection. I first got into Boadicea, I want to say around 2018. Is when I started getting into the house, long before they ever showed up on discounters. And from my first smell, the first fragrance I ever smelled was Blue Sapphire, and I was absolutely blown away, and it was a wrap from there. Then I went down a rabbit hole. And back then, like if you wanted something, you kind of had to pay for it. Nowadays, Blue Sapphire you can find for like $360. Back in the days, that was in the $1,000 range. The first honorable mention is just a likable DNA. Very extremely likable DNA. As we enter into autumn, for those of you who have true winters in wintertime, there is no surprise on why this fragrance would be highly complimented. From the house of Boadicea, and I don't even know why I need to say that because all these are Boadicea, this is Amethyst. Amethyst. Now, the beauty with this fragrance and why this didn't make it into the top 10 list, not because it's not a good fragrance, it's because I just haven't had enough time or wear around people. What does this smell like? You get leather, cinnamon, this ambery vanillic nuance, the amber and a hint of smoke. It's like a hint of smokiness that wraps the fragrance. But this is cinnamon done to perfection. This is cozy. I have received compliments on it, but it just wasn't enough to beat out number 10, but mostly because I haven't worn it as much as I've worn number 10, and I haven't been around enough people. But had I've had more burn with this, it probably could have beat out number 10. So this wasn't like a case of not winning or smelling less than. It's just a case of where I've been when I worn this. To me, this is if you live somewhere where it's wintertime, snow, scarf, you can wear it daytime or nighttime if you live in that kind of environment. If you don't, this is a great nighttime scent, great date night scent. It's cozy, it's warm, it's comforting. It's Amethyst, honorable mention. Next up is, I believe I got this fragrance in 2018 maybe, or 19 as well. This is a fragrance that is very alluring and seductive. This fragrance is one of the most perfect date night fragrances you can choose. Nothing about it is bad. It just wraps the wearer in this exotic, comforting rose that is to die for. It is a fragrance that when somebody says, I want to get into the house and I don't want to buy nothing too expensive, but I kind of want to be in this like lower tier kind of from the house, this is one I always recommend. And this is Ardent. Ardent. And you can see the dent in this. This has got much burn from me. What do you get here? You get rose and patchouli. You get some spices, some aromatic spices in there, some saffron, tons of saffron. It's sweet. You get this honeyed floral. Think of a rose, a beautiful blooming rose, drizzled in honey with a almost like earthy, dry, slightly velvety amber, warm with some patchouli. And the patchouli isn't too, it's green. It doesn't go too chocolatey. This has been compared to fragrances like Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. I find them to be different. But I do understand how they can be in the same family or the same category. If you have that fragrance, you might not need this. If you have this, you definitely don't need this. I find this to be better, superior. The love from a rose fragrance like this is almost teeters on gourmand. This is neck nibbling, seductive, and alluring, and that's Ardent. This next honorable mention, and the last honorable mention, I'm almost upset I couldn't put this in the top 10. This is Nemer. Nemer. Again, wonderful dent. This fragrance here, when I tell you, when it comes, this is signature scent worthy. Christian Provenzano did his thing on this. He did it so much that he recreated this fragrance in like 4 other brands. He did Pearl Oud from Killian, and this smells very close, almost identical. But this is something about this, and it's the oud in here that is extremely buttery. It is warm, it is wearable, it is buttery. I believe some Indian oud is in here, and I believe that's the tiger oud. Bro, up top, you get some citruses, lemongrass. So it has this brightness to it, which is why this is signature scent worthy for me. It could be 90 something degrees out. I would wear this. It can be cold, 40 degrees. I would wear this. I have. This gets the people going, leaves an amazing scent trail. I absolutely adore this fragrance. Now, there's another fragrance that is new to my collection that people say is similar. They say they're identical. I disagree. And that's Al-Sif from the Kuwait collection. I'm glad I really didn't listen to people when I got it. The only similarities to this, saying these are alike is like saying cognac and bourbon taste and smell alike. While this goes into more lighter, more citrus, more brighter realm, especially with that lemongrass and citruses up top, and the way that rose is very citric forward, this is more plummy. And when you first spray this on, I believe Cambodian oud is in here. One more honorable mention. This should be in my top 10. But I'm being honest. This is an honesty list, not what I like list. The only reason this next fragrance isn't in my top 10 is because I haven't had it in my collection long enough to make it. But when I have worn this fragrance, I have received unsolicited compliments from women out and about. One was in Target. I passed her. I seen her turn her head. I was getting some stuff, and she was like, "That smells really good. What is that?" And we had about a 2-minute talk. She had a little collection. She said she wore like Delina and some more stuff. And it was like a quick in and out talking fragrances, but this is Hanom. I just haven't had it long enough to burn. Had I had it longer, it would have made it. It would have definitely made the top 10. It would have at least bumped 10 out easily. And as I get more burn out of this, because I'm going to wear this in the autumn and a lot in the winter, I expect it, if I come back and revisit this list, that it will be higher. What is this? This is an overly priced and expensive rendition of Bald Freak. Now, I find it better than Bald Freak. I find it slightly better than Contratto. I prefer Contratto from Sospiro better. I prefer it more. But this is brighter. The citruses, the orange, take price away. Take bang for buck and price point out of the conversation. Imagine every fragrance on the planet is $200. That's the top. That's where they top tier at. Every fragrance, $200. This would be superior to all of them in that category. Coming in at number 10, This is my first Boadicea fragrance I've ever purchased. This fragrance, even though I sampled, this was the first I purchased, which is why I was in a 50 ml. This fragrance I would describe as beautiful, plush. It is a white floral dominant fragrance, which makes it great for spring. But you have notes like ylang-ylang and jasmine, and I believe neroli's in here, that makes this floral composition, gives it this creamy aspect. This is a rose oud, but it has bright citrus. You can wear this in the summertime. And this is Chariot. Chariot. Yes, y'all would not have expected. Chariot has gotten me some of the wildest compliments because it's just damn right gorgeous. If I was gonna say and rank all my Boadiceas I have in my collection, just straight up rank it, this wouldn't make my top 20 probably. Probably wouldn't make my top 20. From the house that I have, it wouldn't make my top 20. But this is a list about compliments, not what I like. It's what I've worn, been outside, and people have raved and complimented me on. Chariot. You have, I believe, some lime and maybe some bergamot up top. It's tons of citruses up top, But it's all about the heart here. The heart with those florals and white florals is what makes this fragrance. But now you will say, well, EQ, that sounds really feminine. And yeah, it kind of teeters. It's a great juxtaposition between the masculine and the feminine. This is more of a sillage monster than a room filler. And that's Chariot at number 10. At number 9, this fragrance is, when I rank blue fragrances in general, this is one of the best out on the market. What I love about this fragrance is the complexity, and this is Azrak. Azrak. Now with this, man, when you want to talk about compliments, Azrak gets the people going. When you first wear this, you get this spice, this spicy citrus. I believe pineapple is up top. So you get this tropical nature. No, when people hit pineapple, they think of Amethyst. No, you don't get that. You get like elements of like a little bit of purpura, a little bit, but not really. But in the base, it goes into a really woody, masculine thing with the ambery woods, the musk. It is, oh man. Coming in at number 8. Some of y'all will be surprised that this is at number 8, but you won't be surprised that this is on the list. And this is Blue Sapphire. Blue Sapphire, yes, at number 8. Candied lemons. Candied. Think lemon heads. Candied fruits. Indolic jasmine. Honeyed florals. Ambery woody base. You go out at night, you go to a bar, it's going to draw people in. Blue Sapphire, the real blue beast, at number 8. Coming in at number 7, this is Celestial, the Spain exclusive. These fragrances are now in the Spirit of Kings exclusive because I believe Boadicea sold the rights. So now they're in Spirit of Dubai's upper echelon, the Kings, Spirit of Kings exclusive, and it's still named Celestial. But what is this? I remember when I started wearing this, I loved it at first sniff. There's a reason for it. That lychee is sweet, it's fruity. The rose that's used here is this raspberry, this jammy raspberry experience with this citrus experience that makes almost like this sorbet wear with the lychee, makes this sorbet kind of wearing. Coming in at number 6 is a fragrance that took the storm. It took the brain. I mean, it came in when it came out, and I mean, it really took over the fragrance space when this came out. And this is 1907, the Neiman Marcus exclusive. People have compared this to God of Fire. I disagree, bro. It's not mango. It's not even. There's this almost like grapefruit orange kind of thing going on, which gives it this pomelo vibe. There is clary sage in here. Tons of clary sage. Tons of it. Clary sage is a great additive for citrus in fragrances in general. So I might circle the block if I see one, but I just have other things I would rather get before spending $400. I can do with this, but 1907. If you haven't tried it, you should get your nose on it. It is everything people said it is, and it's highly complimented. Coming in number 5. This is my second favorite rose oud fragrance in my collection, and depending on the day of the week, it could be number 1. This has almost everything I want from a rose oud. Everything. When I say the florals, the way May Rose was used in this is so vibrant that you would think your skin was made of rose petals. This is Carbon Sapphire. Listen, if anybody says this smells like Ombre Nomad, Joe, just stop listening. I can't listen to everybody. This is nothing like Ombre Nomad. Nothing. Not even in the same ballpark. This, unfortunately, is hard to find now. It's discontinued. I've been talking about this for years. Oh, bro. Oh, this is a man, bro. This is, a woman can wear it, but this is dark. But it's not as like animalic or dry woody. It is sensual, masculine. This is the perfect rose oud fragrance to wear to a steakhouse. This is easily, if not arguably, yes, with Narcissi, one of my favorite rose oud fragrances within my entire collection. This is a man. This is a man. Carbon Sapphire. It's poetic. Coming up next at number 4, and that's Hasu. Hasu. Bro, this took the Ganymede DNA and stripped it of anything disgusting you don't like. That mineral or whatever, took it away and made it better. The sweet woodiness of hay, the way it's used in here, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. It's woody, citrus, highly complimented. And I think they're cool. I think people size them. And I think fanboys get wet over them. I don't. Sorry. But this one is worth. This is worth. That's Hasu. Coming in at number 3 is one that for like a year I contemplated. This is Aqua Sapphire. Yes, I understand that people will say this is similar to Nemer, which I have. They will say it's similar to Bahar from Spirit of Dubai, which I have. Absolutely. I get it, but no. Again, a lot of my nose training comes from rather understanding cigars and how they smoke on the first, second, and third, or nosing bourbons and You can pour over to bourbons in front of people's faces, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference. They would just be like, oh, it tastes good or it's smooth. That's how they describe it. It's smooth. This smells like Magic Johnson and his crew when their boats have boats. When your boat needs a boat to go to the boat, that's what this is. That's Aqua Sapphire. Coming up next at number 2. This fragrance, I mean, it is attempting to battle for number 1. It is a strong attempt to battle for number 1. This is powerful. This one is the Spain exclusive bottle. Again, the Spain exclusives have moved over to the Spirit of Kings in their bottles. If you took Azrak and you took Aqua Sapphire and they had a baby, it would be powerful. It would be powerful. Has that floral element, that aquatic nature of being out on the ocean. Oh my God. And it performs like a champion. This is a 6 spray fragrance for me. 4 if I'm like going to be indoors, like at a bar kind of thing. If I'm outside, 6 or 8. But 8 is crazy. So I'm staying really around 6. But if I really want to play with noses, 8. You have to like aquatics. You have to like a little bit of florals. You have to like a little bit of the spice. Everything I like about Azrak, everything I like about Aqua Sapphire, powerful gives me. It is the greatest merger of the 2. That's at number 2. That's powerful. This is number 1 because it's the only fragrance I have in my collection that when I wear this, I have received compliments. And this is Faith. I hyped this fragrance. I hyped it when you could have got this fragrance for $500. Y'all didn't jump. I paid like $525 for this. And people say $525 for a fragrance, that's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. But you know what they're going for now? $1,100 for a full bottle. This fragrance, I'll never forget when I bought this. Like, what was it? Last year or year before last? Whenever this came out. I'll never forget when I got this. Went to my P.O. box, opened it up, sprayed it on my hand. I said, God damn. I hit the connect up who sold me this, said, hey, I need another bottle. I'm sending the PayPal over. 4 days later, I had another bottle. And then I thought this was going to be around. So I waited because 6 months after that, I was going to try to get a 3rd bottle. But then it came out, it was discontinued and it went from $525 to like $800. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I will not do that. Like, if I have 100 ml, if I was to die and I had 100 ml left, I'm gonna tell my family to like crack the top of this joint open and pour it on me before they cremate me, bro. I want to burn, and yeah, I want to be cremated. But like pour the, yes, y'all not gonna find on eBay for sale. No, crack it open, whatever's left, pour on me, bro. I wanna go in this like a blaze of glory. Oh my God, bro. I'm telling you, it is the only fragrance I've ever owned. I am undefeated. I'm undefeated. When I wear this, I get a compliment. But I wear this in situations that are social. I'm not wearing this to go grocery shopping. 1, is rare. 2, is my favorite fragrance of all time. I respect it a little bit more. This is a fragrance when I have given hugs out while wearing it. Hugs last longer than they should. You can say you smelled it wasn't that good. I'm not asking you, and I don't care. I know when I'm outside and when and where I'm outside, I know it works for me. But I guess that's why we're not the same levels. Faith at number 1. So for that, those are my top 10 most complimented, not my favorite fragrances, but my most complimented Boadiceas within my collection.
The new cipher.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?